Hello, I'm Claire and I'm here to help you get better at ballet. So today I have promised both my grade 4s and my grade 3s that I would do a video to help them specifically. But actually this could work for anybody. Anyone who wants to learn how to jump and how to improve their jumps, in particular how to do a leap or a Grands Jetés, this is the one for you. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Claire. I'm a ballet teacher with the Royal Academy of Dance, and I've been teaching ballet for 10 years after having been a professional dancer for 20 years. So I kind of know my stuff, and I've spent a lot of time really getting into the nitty-gritty of things, especially ballet. It's quite hard to find the right way to do it. And I feel since being a teacher, since having been a teacher, I've learned so much more than when I was an actual dancer. And I want to share it with you to make you a better dancer so you can be the best dancer that you can be. And today we are working on our leap or Grands Jetés. In grade 3, it starts off as a leap. In grade 4, it's officially a Grands Jetés. And actually this is introduced even before that, because we do springs in primary where you're learning about jumping from one leg to the other, because that's all it is. It's a giant spring, really. And in grade 1, we also call them springs, but they're more of an elongated spring, which is like leaping from one foot to the other. So they're gradually introduced right from the start. So if you're doing your grades, or if your child is doing their grades, you can see how this movement has been introduced before and how it's gradually grown into what will be the big Grands Jetés. So a lot of people think this is a massive high leap which has to be in the splits. And yes, it looks spectacular when that happens, but it's also more about the quality of the leap. It's about getting that lovely spring and the lightness of your landing and the push off from your takeoff. So you want to make sure that the quality of the jump is really good. And yes, as you get more stretched, as your muscles get longer, as you work on that, you will get more of a split in your leap. But what you don't want is to get that into a split. You want it to be an easy split because you've got the mobility there and your legs are doing a smooth extension, not a big hoik to get the legs up. It's the difference between, I guess for me, it's the difference between holding your leg up with your hand and developing your leg up and holding it with your muscles. That's where the difference lies. So first of all, we are going to start right at the beginning. Every exercise you do at the bar is preparing you for something in the center. So pliés, that's the first thing we do at the bar. That's the bending of the knees. If you try walking around the room without bending your knees, it's quite an interesting process. Yeah, it's quite hard and you look really awkward. So literally the most important exercise of the day is the first one we do at the bar. And it's all about the quality of your plié. Yeah, so if you're kind of, I stand up. If you do a plie and you're kind of like down and up and down and up, can you see that's a little bit on the brittle side? What you want is a bend, 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 stretch, 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 get there just in time each time. So you're kind of using those opposing muscle groups to resist. And what that's doing is building up the elasticity in your legs, okay? And it's by doing that, by working both muscle groups at the same time, you're also building strength in your legs. You need really good leg muscles in order to jump because you've got to push off the floor and you've got to land, and you're pushing off one leg and landing on the other. So you need both legs to be really quite strong. Okay, so think about the way you're doing your pliés to build up both muscle groups, both the front and the back, both your quads and your hamstrings, okay? That's the first thing. Then think about your tendu, really making sure you're using your ankle then your toes. Don't scrunch your toes. Think of lengthening the ankle, pushing into that ankle to get a lovely tendu, because it's a push of that foot that's going to help you get off the floor, okay? And it will also make the line of your jeté look much prettier and elongated. Dancing is very much about making yourself look long through the way you move your body, because when you make your leg look longer, it also makes it look higher, and we're always striving to get our legs up a bit more. Eternal difficulty of being a dancer, especially a ballet dancer. Okay, so you think about the way you're doing your pliés, think about the way you're doing your tendus, press into the floor. It's a bit difficult to do it with bare feet. I'll just put my ballet shoes on actually. It's a bit difficult demonstrating with bare feet to get that real pressure through the floor. When you've got shoes or socks on, you can get that press into the floor, which is going to push you off the floor when you do your jump. Same when you get to grand battement, think of swish. That swish not only makes your leg go up in the air, especially if you're holding your core, which I wasn't the first time, but that swish, that pressure through the floor is what's going to push you off the floor into that lovely leap, okay? Another exercise that's really, really important for when you're building up the strength for jumps is your fondue, okay? What this one is, that's this movement where you're doing fondue. You can do this en l'air. Yeah, you can do it en l'air. You can even do it to a rise, okay? We don't always do that, but what that's doing is it's making one leg work. So you're getting used to that landing so that you can land through that leg on that one leg, nice and strong without going woo, without wobbling and feeling like you're going to fall over. So what that's doing is that's giving you the strength for not only the takeoff and pushing off that leg, it's also giving you the strength for the landing so you can land safely in arabesque, not in a big heap on the floor, okay? So very important that you work on that quality of that fondue. And again, like the plie, the fondue has a squeeze and stretch, again, coordinating that movement so that both legs get there at the same time, but it's that squeeze and stretch. It's like weightlifting. You're essentially using your own body as the weight on your thighs and your hamstrings, okay? So those are the build-up exercises that you'll do in pretty much every bar that you do. You will do those exercises. So if you're thinking about your jeté, or if you're thinking about your elevation and soft landings, think about the way you're working your legs in those exercises. You've got to listen to the end of this, because at the end I will do my Fab 5, or my favourite 5, which are my 5 elements that really, really, really help you with your jumps. And one of the things that you can think of at the bar, which is one of those 5, is really think about your breath, breathing out as you go down and in as you come up, breathing out as you go down, in as you come up. So you're getting your breath coordinated with that down and up movement as well, because that will help you hugely when you come to jump. So those are the fundamental exercises to build up the strength. Even literally standing on one leg, lots of bends. When you're in the kitchen waiting for the kettle to boil, lots of bends on one leg, or you can go bend and up and bend. So you're building up not only your leg strength, but your ankle strength as well. I'm so sorry if you can hear that dog. It's my neighbour's dog. He's quite a chatty dog. And up, yeah, so you can hear the bend and up. So that is building up the strength so that you've got the muscles there in order to do the jumps, okay? Next thing, we want to think about the mechanics of the actual leap. So when you're doing a leap, it's a step and a swish. And again, what I do when I'm first introducing the leaps in grade 3, it's a step and a swish, step and a swish. And we're literally doing that from the corner. We might then add a little leap at the end, okay? So really getting that plie and a pressure through the floor to swish your leg off the floor, because that is what's going to push you up off the floor into your jump, okay? Then what you want to start doing, maybe do several of those steps, switch, step, switch, step, leap, and hold that landing. So you get used to landing. That wasn't a very good landing. So you get used to landing on that fondue without letting the knee wobble or fall forward in that arabesque, stretching that back leg. Now, a lot of people forget about the back legs. They go leap and they forget about the back leg. Okay, you almost have to swish both legs. I know that sounds weird and it's all pretty hard to do, but if you think swish, swish, then your back leg will stretch. Okay, and that will give you that lovely line. Even if you're not making the splits, it will give you that stretch of the back leg, because sometimes what people do is they go stretch and the back leg kind of does a bit of a flop, which we don't want. Okay, so think of pressing down, swish, swish, land through the toes. And again, you want to go toe, ball, heel, plie as you land, holding that core, keeping that back up. You don't want to go and land like that. You want to keep your back up. So you're using your back muscles and your core to hold yourself nice and strong. Break it down into little sections. So practice the step swish, And practice the step swish, pushing off, and then practice doing a bit more of a leap action, okay? Swishing that back leg as well. Then I can give you my Fab Five, okay? So my Fab Five, I'm calling it Fab Five because I'm a child of the 70s. First, you need your feet. You need your feet to be stretching as much as they can, not just the toes, not scrunching those toes, stretch that ankle, pushing into that foot, because that will give you the illusion of length of leg, which will give you the illusion of height, and it will also push you off the floor a bit. That push of that foot is like the final push to get you off the floor. And also if your foot's pointed before it lands, it gives you better articulation of the foot before you actually use your natural shock absorbers to go through the toes, ball of the foot, heel, plie, yeah, so you don't actually crash land. 2, use the floor, okay, really swish. The more you press into the floor, the more you push up, yes? I can't remember which scientist it was, but it's all about physics, yeah? The more you push, the more you'll go up into the air. So you need to use that springboard of the floor. So really bend your knees and press into that floor to swish that leg and get you off the floor. Swish the back leg as well to get the stretch of that back leg. And this applies to all jumps. Obviously, the specifics of the swish and the swish, maybe not, but that pushing into the floor applies to every single jump. These are my Fab Five for all jumps, okay? 3, focus. So we've got feet, floor, focus. I can't do all Fs, unfortunately. Feet, floor, focus. Your eye line. If you look at the floor, even briefly, to see that it's still there, you will go down, okay? Or you'll look as though you're going down. So literally, you can look down on the preparation and then look up as you jump. Literally, lift your face, eye line up. Normally we look out at the horizon, but on a jump, you can look down and then up, actually up there. Yeah, so you're looking out and up. And often with a leap, it'll be an arabesque line. So you're looking beyond that finger. Yeah, you go, I'm going that way, and my finger's pointing where I'm going, and my nose is pointing the same place as my finger. Okay, and you will look like you're going higher than you actually are, even if your jumps are not that big. They'll look higher if you're looking up. Obviously not up at the ceiling, because then we just get chin. 4th one is a breath. I ran out of Fs. Can't think of an F for breath. If you think of one, put it in the comments below, because I'd really love that. I'd love to be able to do 5 all Fs. So, breath. We've got to breathe in, yes, literally. I do speak about nose breathing quite a lot in class now. It's more of a recent thing. I know my ballet teacher used to tell us you should be breathing through your nose. And I think, oh, there's no way. But actually, research has shown now, recently, that breathing through your nose is so much better for you. Yeah, you've got your natural air filter of your nostril, of the hairs in your nostrils. And if you can breathe out through your nose as well, oh my God, it saves dehydration, because the more you breathe in and out through your mouth, the drier your breath gets. So you're exhaling all that lovely moisture from your body, whereas if you breathe in and out through your nose, less moisture comes out. And you can still smile. I know that's a bit cheesy, a bit fake, but you can still smile. You use your tongue to stop yourself from breathing through your mouth. Otherwise, you get people kind of going, which doesn't look right. Anyway, I digress. So, use your feet, use the floor, focus up, breathe in as you go up, out as you land. Yeah, and you can kind of go, you can, I've just did it with my mouth, but you can go quite a strong breath in. Finally, and I'd say most importantly, because actually dance is the expression of the music, use the music to your advantage. Yes, if you're doing a sequence of leaps, the music is probably going to be quite dynamic and quite strong and give you all the impetus you need. But if you go step, leap, step, leap, step, leap, giving each step equal strength, your leaps are going to appear heavy. But if you go step, leap, step, leap, step, leap, you're going to be giving impetus and emphasis to the leap. The step becomes smaller, so you've got more space for the leap. And this is called rubato, because you're robbing a bit of music from the step, so making the step quite small and quick and springy as a consequence. So your leap can go woo, fly in the air and then land beautifully, and then go step, leap, So you get that lovely bounding effect. If you look at a springbok in Mother Nature, or anything that jumps, like a kangaroo or rabbit, they just literally go doing, doing, and that's what you're going to try and replicate as you do a leap or a jeté. Okay, so I've given you loads of food for thought. I'll just go over the Fab Five again. You've got feet, point your feet. Floor, use the floor. Focus, look up. Breathe in as you go up, preferably through your nose. And music, use that music. Let that music flow through you and use the music to your advantage. That is my little workshop on Grands Jetés and leaps, especially for grade 3s and grade 4s. But to be honest, it works for anyone who wants to do a Grand Jeté or a leap or a jump. If you want to dance with me, I have a special offer at the moment. If you click on the link in the caption below, you can enjoy a free class. It's totally free, and you get to try one of my online classes and see if you enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, you can then join the Bridge Ballet Club. And that way you can get to do ballet class with me anytime, night or day, 24/7, 365 days a year, because you're part of the club. And we add new classes regularly, so you get to enjoy fresh classes every so often. So you're not stuck with the same one class for a month or anything like that. Yeah, you get immediate access to the whole catalogue of classes that are currently available, and then we add more classes every so often. So click the link and enjoy a class on me as my gift to you. See you later. Oh, don't forget, if you like this video, do like it, do subscribe, share it with your friends. Let me know how you're getting on. If you have any questions, and I have helped people before like this, please pop it in the comments below and I will do my absolute best to help you. And if it's something I don't know, then I will find out for you. Lovely to speak to you. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.